Well, well, apparently I have to do this again. Um, Prior video was corrupted. Not the video uploaded to YouTube, but video saved within the game. So as I was playing, I had to cancel out and ended the video for the YouTube that was uploaded because corruption was found within the save file for the game. So whatever I had to say, I had to end off. I mean, I pretty much was done with the video, but in the whole save file I did for myself. Once I tried to re-upload it to the YouTube, it corrupted my other save file, my other video. Not sure if that one is clean in the archive or not. Might have to delete that one. But yeah, I guess this is what I'm doing. I have to repeat the whole damn thing over again. But it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I just got to do the year 3, year 4, year 5 characters all over again. But this time I won't take more than 2 hours. I'll probably do just about 2 hours because I exactly know what I need to say. Um, Not much is different from prior For Honor games since 2 years ago. Only a little shine within the armor, improved color, improved atmosphere, improved sound. Everything else is the same. Color, gleam, lighting effects on the armor, atmosphere, where's wind, water, whatever, and sound effects, improving sound effects. Those are 4 things that are improved with regards to this game. So when you see improvement with the color of the characters or the shine of the armor and stuff, that simply has to do with the lighting effects and the type of gloss that they add to it and adjustment and tweaking towards the actual engine they're using to make it more up to date. That's just those 4 things that have improved really from since 2 years ago. I said that in the past video, but that video was corrupted. So I'm getting back into Fauna. I'm gonna check out these 4 characters, 4 or 5 characters from season 3, 4, and 5. And I'm gonna see which one is the best. Last time I checked out the Koshin, he was pretty damn good. I'm probably going to do at least 10 minutes of training per each character. So that's probably about a full hour just for training for each character. If there's more than 5, then it'll probably a full hour. But if it's about only 5, probably be like 10 minutes per character. I won't waste more than 10 minutes per character. I'm already spending enough time in this video already. On past ones now, I gotta repeat the whole thing over. But this is a good game when it comes to Sword and Shield. Player versus player, player versus environment. This is one of Ubisoft's few games that they actually did good on and people still play, rather than tell Ubi to fuck off and jump off like they should, as they overcharge on things. So honestly, there's a lot of dumb people, just like there's a lot of dumb people who still play Madden, knowing that Madden is repeating the same thing over and over each year. The same people are here. Same people that think they're hot shit and they know how to play. They're just good at melee combat. The same people that keep coming back and the same people that keep purchasing and spending the money on this game. And you can earn stuff in game. Those people I just laugh at consistently. Get more value in a free-to-play game than this piece of shit. But certain things in this game that's actually worth it. You know, this is not an incredible piece of shit. This is just a partial piece of shit. No amount of pretty stuff could make a piece of shit more than a piece of shit. So even though it's a piece of shit, it's a decent developed piece of shit that you wouldn't consider a full piece of shit. I don't know how you could describe it. It's basically best way to describe For Honor is that Someone made a chocolate cake for you. Gave you a chocolate cake. The inside tastes like cake. Fillings tastes like cake. Um, the chocolate on top of the chocolate tastes like cake. But some prick decides he's want to make sure that on top of the topping, on top of the chocolate cake, he puts a shit turd. So you're not going to eat the shit turd. You're going to scrub the shit turd from off of the chocolate cake. But you're hesitant on eating chocolate cake now because shit has been on your chocolate cake. See what I'm saying? You could still eat the chocolate cake and it will still taste like chocolate cake. And it'll still be a good chocolate cake. But now it's, it's a moral choice, an ethical choice, and a spiritual choice that you want to eat a cake that once had shit on it. So that's how For Honor is. It's a good, well-developed game. Looks beautiful. Looks good. Action is good. Everything is good. A lot of things are sometimes janky and buggy, but that's not what makes the game shit. What makes the game shit is the pay mechanics. So by them adding that pay mechanics, by them making the whole you have to earn steel be like an incredible chore, not just like cleaning up your house chore, but cleaning up your house chore and then have to continue cleaning your house tomorrow and then the next day in order to make it fully clean. Or best description is if you want a character in this game, here's the best description. If you want a specific character in this game, costs like 1,500 steals. Or no, a character that costs 15,000 steals. You'll basically have to be cleaning up your steel room that first day. And then after you spend hours cleaning your steel room that first day, gathering your steel, cleaning your room, you then have to come back the following day and clean that room again for hours on end, just for that one character. And even when you do that, let's say 2-3 hours, and then the following day another 2 or 3 hours, even then, you might just be short of 100 steals, or 47 steals, or just short of 10 steals. So, it would literally take you probably about 6 hours. About 6 hours to unlock 5 to 6 hours to fully get a 15,000 steals in a mission. That's if you're consistently doing reach. So there's no way you get 15,000 steals within 4 hours unless you're very good at this game. You have to do it one day, a couple of hours, and come back the following day and then unlock that one character. So if you're doing house cleaning and you expect if I work out, if I do this for about 3, 4 hours, I'll be able to unlock it. No, man. You will have to spend at least a good quarter of your day on this game. A good quarter, I mean, there are 24 hours within the day. Let's say you sleep for about 8 hours. You wake up, and then you have to work for another 8 hours. That's already 16. And then after work is over, you then have to come home, and then you have to do miscellaneous activities, make food, prepare, iron clothes, so on and so forth. Whatever it is, buy food for the house, do laundry, and those things that if you're good at it, you could get those done in 2 to 3 hours, all at the same time. But you say, yeah, you don't have to do those things every day, but you have to do at least one or two of those things every day. So let's say it's a full 16 hours already gone. Let's say you have 2 hours for something else, maybe just for anything in your house, or maybe even 1 hour. 1 hour for something in your house because you're tired from work. Now that's 17 hours. And then you have to consider travel time to get back and forth from work. That's another 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours. So now that's 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's now 20 hours. Alright, so that's now 20 hours. The remaining of the day for you to jump on her for honor would be from that 20-hour mark going forward. Let's say you don't have anything to do for the day. You get back from work, 8 hours sleep, 8 hours of work. You get back from work, 16 hours. Takes you about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours to get back from work after 16 hours. That's 17, 18, 19. Let's say after 19 hours or after 18 hours. So after 18 hours, you got 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And within 6 hours, you now have 6 hours before the day resets, and you have to go to another 24-hour period. So you would literally have to see if you could actually make 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours within your day to get and unlock that character. And that's very pushing it, man. Wake up, 8 hours, go to work, 8 hours, come back from work directly after. Don't make any side stops or anything. Get home 2 hours later, and then jump right into For Honor. Don't make any food, no nothing, just make a sandwich or something, jump right into For Honor. And you'll have to literally squeeze in 4 to 5 hours before you get off. You get the character, you get off, you take a rest for about I don't know, 30 minutes to half an 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes to relax from the day you've had. Because the moment you got home, you didn't do anything relaxing, but direct yourself for the remainder of the day. Or actually, never mind. That'll give you 1 hour and 35 minutes, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Let's say 2 hours. You have remaining 2 hours to yourself before the day resets, and you have to now do another 24-hour period, another 8 hours sleeping, another 8 hours going to work, another 2 or 3 hours to come home, and then do the same thing for the next character you want to unlock. Like, who in the hell is going to do that? I mean, you literally have 2 hours for yourself to relax, to pay bills or something. That seems like a never-ending struggle, man. That doesn't seem relaxing. It seems like an actual pivot point, like a consistent pivot point that you have to do this, and repeat the same repetition every day if you want to get something. Now, does that sound fun that you have to make yourself into a mechanical robot to follow a specific set path if you want to unlock something? No, that's because these characters weren't made for you to unlock in one day. That's why they give you a pay-to-win mechanic. And that pay-to-win mechanic is specifically set there because they know you won't be able to unlock 15,000 steel in one day. You may be able to do it in 2 or 3 days. And if you can't even dedicate 1 hour within a week. So if you want something instantaneously, you have to pay for it. Otherwise, it will take you to about 2 or 3 days just to unlock one 15,000 steel character. So that's the shit part. The shit on top of the chocolate cake that nobody likes when it comes to Ubisoft. So even though the game might be good, the game is not completely good because it has a shit mechanic inside of it. So when I see people say they're great at playing the game, parry and counterattack and stuff, and calling all the people a shit, it's like, well, you're the one that loves this game, motherfucker. Like, you're the one that loves people who making money off you by throwing shit on top of your cake every day. This is a game I play every now and again, and it's a good game, but at the same time, you cannot say I love the game, because by saying you love the game, you're allowing these people to continue to make shit profit off of you and keep throwing different forms of shit on top of your cake. That I don't allow. That's why I don't play For Honor all the time. I'd come back once a year or once every 2 years. So, with that said, I'm moving forward. I'm going to turn up the volume for the game. not the beginning music, but then I'm gonna check out each character. I'm going to do 10 hours of, 10 minutes of training per character. Probably not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes of training per character, because I really don't feel like doing more than 5 minutes of training per character. And then from those five, from the easy techniques to learn, easy to medium techniques, I won't try hard on these characters. I'll try, actually, no, what I'll do is I'll try one easy technique, one medium technique, and one difficult technique per character type. And then I'll keep it quiet from there on and play my own thing. So the year 3 characters were Black Prior from the last video I stated, Gladiator, Centurion. Now I got the pass. I bought the year 3 pass, so they only give you one character per each for that year. So they don't allow to unlock all of the characters themselves. So for the year 3 pass, I'm going to use this Black Prior. For the year 4 pass, year 3 pass, this is for the year 3 pass. I'm going to use Black Prior. We can use Jamungard. I'm going to use Hitokiri. And I'm going to use Zano. Those are the year 3 pass characters. There's year 1 pass, year 2 pass, year 3 pass. And this is the year 4 when the yearly pass didn't come for the year 4. Only the battle pass came for the year 4. And this was the beginning of the battle pass. After 2019, come 2020, things were changing. So these were the characters for the battle pass of 2020. So Griffin and Warmonger. And the Warmonger is the character that's the main antagonist of the For Honor game for year 1 and year 2. And I guess for year 3 as well. Well, maybe actually not really for year 2 and 3. She's the main antagonist for year 1, but you weren't able to fight her in year 1. You were able to actually probably fight her in year 2, but I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that she was the primary antagonist of this game that want war and conflict to continue in this kind of warp reality of For Honor, where all these different characters got sucked into this universe. So if you never played For Honor before, there's an original video to the year 1 of how these characters came into this world, and information about the Warmonger. And it's part of the story campaign, so if I was to play the story mode, she will be the final boss at the end of the story of For Honor. So that's not really a spoilers, that's something that's been around for years now. And if you think it's spoilers, then I can't, there's nothing I can say about that to you. Like, why are you even here? It's not like the game just came out this year, or even last year. It's been out for quite some time. So, year 3, year 4, and then finally, the year 5 characters, Kyoshi. Kyoshi. So with Kyoshi, he was this year's 2021's Battle Pass character. And yeah, so I'm going to use him. I'm going to use all the year 3 characters, and for the year 4 characters, I'm going to use Griffin and Warmonger. I'm probably going to do I'm going to do standard training. I'm going to pick all 3 characters. I'm going to start with anyone, to be honest with you. But I'll make sure I cover all 3 characters. I mean all 3 years. Year 3, 4, and 5.
Stay here. 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 Stay here.
Alright, so the one thing I gotta say for some of these tactical move sets is that they're completely stupid. So I waited for the attack and then I sped up the attack. So you wait or you speed up, it doesn't really matter. Whether you do things accurately, it really doesn't matter. If you can't execute an ability that you do multiple times in training, then 9 times out of 10 it's not going to work in mission. So for the Warmonger, very difficult to execute our abilities because she has like such a long time to swing or a long reaction time. So might not be the best choice to go into any mission with. I'm going to see what maybe, see, her easy attacks are pretty much easy to do and understandable to do. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Enough! 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 Enough, weakling!
So you see, if you do the short one, he will always dodge backward because he has enough space to walk backwards. But if you hold on it for a while, you're able to grab forward. So whether you move forward,
Enough, weakling!
marked attack must hit. So he has to hit. Alright.
Enough!
Alright, so gotta get it to a point where it has to hit.
Enough, weakling!
Alright, that's cool. Well, here's the thing. What enemy will allow you to wait that long?
Enough, weakling!
At the moment it takes this long for her to do this attack like this,
Enough!
you already know what you're going to do. So you have to cancel out.
Enough! 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 Enough!
Seeing you can't cancel out of this, I was trying to press circle to cancel it out. You can't cancel out. So some of her moves aren't the best choice. Even her easy moves aren't like the best choice. Kind of shitty, to be honest with you. Let's see how hard moves is. Maybe her hard move makes up for her medium and her easy moves. See, this one makes no sense, because this is a cancel out. So once you do this, you cancel out. See, that's a cancel out. So I go this, and then they'll cancel out. I go R1, and then I cancel out. But the moment I cancel out, he does a strike attack. But there's nothing in the controls to state that you're supposed to parry a strike attack. You're supposed to just cancel out and then move to the side. And follow up by another R2, R1. See, that one is very difficult. Not exactly sure if that's the best move. And she only has one hard move. So the Warmonger is okay. But to be honest with you, she's not really that okay. She's actually difficult to use, not because of her moveset, but because of she's so janky and so heavy. It takes time for her to execute off her abilities. So I would suggest anyone getting the Warmonger if they're going to get the Year 4 Battle Pass, or use a character from the Year 4 Battle Pass. Yeah, so Warmonger is not exactly the ideal choice in this situation. Um, she's too heavy. Her execution abilities are also too clunky. Not very ideal. So I'll check out Griffin from the year 4 pass. So if you're going to pick a character from the year 4 pass, it'll probably be Battle Pass. It'll probably be Griffin. I wouldn't go with Warmonger. So we'll try for easy first, then medium, and then hard.
I'll feed you to the wolves. Sorilde.
Very easy. Very quick. And you see how quick that is? That's very quick. That means even if you have someone like a Roshi, which is probably one of the fastest characters in the game, this move is, I believe, is faster than Roshi's move. First, the first strike, no. But the second strike, the second strike, yes. Second and third strike. First strike, no. Second, not even third strike. But the second strike is what's your money shot. Because while they block for the first, or while they get hit by the first, the second one would be what to allow you to continue your combo and then make certain decisions as you play the game. What will be your follow up from there? So that's good.
That got my blood up.
He says the same thing that the Highlander says.
Oh, battle, how I've missed you.
He says the same thing the Highlander says. Makes me think that his original hometown was Highlands of Scotland. But I haven't read up on the research of the character itself. So we'll see. All I know is he's a veteran of combat. I've won so many battles and stuff.
You'll have to do better than that.
Like he's probably a legend among his people. Alright, so let's see. That was an easy. Let's go for a medium. I don't want to spend too much time on these characters. So this guy doesn't even have medium attacks. He just have pure easy and one hard. So that's even great. That's even better. Even a better chance for your survival and even better means for reasons to pick him because he doesn't need medium move attacks. Like he's so good that everyone his attacks are easy to understand and to execute. And he only have one hard move that's very difficult to learn how to do. Just one. He just have one set. That's very hard. Should show the moveset there.
You call that a fight?
But that ain't it. That ain't it either. I should have known that wasn't it. I'm gonna keep it on full. Um, I wonder what the hell's going on with the tactical movesets. Let's put it on easy. If I put it on easy, just to show you what the move is. But the moment I go to select tactical for hard, doesn't even show you what it is. Just disappears. So I guess that was a bug. No, it wasn't a bug. So you can't even. It's not even a bug. See, it's not even a bug. It's not displayed on here. So the moment they come within range, the actually attack setting for the actual moves is gone.
wasting my time. Keep on!
Alright, so that was the issue. That was the issue.
Yes!
It was a bug.
Worth.
It was a bug. See, once you in the stats, you should be able to see the attack that you're about to do. It should not disappear. So it was a bug. And yeah, that's the standard for Honor. Standard for every game. You'll always find a bug. Anywhere. Alright, so for Griffin, let's see what his heart attack is.
Koi. Sakoi. You better put your heart into it! Markin! Tatake! This is not a fight! This is an execution! This is great! Keep fighting! Is this the best you can do? Should I send my second to fight in your stead? Kakate koi! Do I have to join the fight myself? Koi! Sakoi! Tatake! Markin! Kakate koi! Is that all you've got? Oh, come on! Hooray! Well, I am bored! You better step up, or I will put you on trial! Ah ha ha! I like what I see! You're all bark and no fight! Koi! Prove your part, you Yadla Briota! Yadla Briota! Take as many many of them down as you can. You can do. Should I send my second to fight in your stead? Ah, what a beautiful day. Better put your heart into it.
Again.
And no fight. This is not a fight. This is an execution.
Kakate koi.
Stop wasting my time, you. Well, I am born.
Well, that was his overhead hard mode, advanced maneuvers. He only had one, but it was pretty good. I didn't execute it successfully, but I got it majority of the time. It didn't consider it a failure. I did it, but it didn't consider it a failure, which is kind of weird. Maybe it was bugged out, but who knows?
You can rest in your grave.
See, that's a fail. But when I do it successfully, it doesn't consider it a failure. Or maybe it did. So let's see it again. There's a fail. That's a fail.
To join the fight myself.
It's an interruption. 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 Too quick.
Should I send my second to fight in your stead? Do I
That was the combination mix-up. Another combination mix-up. No. Another mix-up.
Is this the best you can do?
No. See, that was it. That was it. So let me see if I can do it again.
And no fight! Prove your worth, you sluggard! You better put your heart into it!
So I have to do this twice.
Well, I am
That's one.
rest in your graves! What a show! You better step up, or I will put you on trial!
Ah, see, that's what I was trying to do. I wasn't going for it.
Is that
Got it
all
before I
you've
did.
got? Oh, come on!
See, that's it. That's the move right there. I'll do it again.
You will be my second!
That's the move right there.
Koi.
Yeah, sometimes it come out, sometimes it don't. But that's the move right there. So, yeah. This move is pretty difficult to remember, but once you get it done, get it down, pack, you get to understand it pretty well. And you could do various different combinations. As long as you got the stamina for it, that is. And then you follow. And then you follow up. And then you follow up again.
You can do!
You follow up with various combos. So he's not that difficult to understand. In fact, I would go with him, and then I would go with his character, then the Warmonger character. So now I'm going to switch characters, switch heroes. Warmonger is not that great. She's kind of heavy. She's a really hard hitter. But at the same time, she's not that great.
You'll have to do better than that. Well fought, warriors. I'll feed you to the wolves. always stings a little. Time to make a decision. Will sing ad profundis. Send the enemy in. Fight. Ad profundis. Let's do this. Oh, Batman, how I've missed you. Well, that'll teach you.
So that Counter-Strike move is kind of dumb, because even when you're doing the exact thing the AI or the program is telling you to do, you really have to wait. Those are the type of stuff within this game that really piss me off. You have to wait till it says you're supposed to go. I guess that's one of the reasons why people don't like around it that much, because rather than execute the abilities that you were actually pressing, you have the timer wait until a certain time before you're able to do another ability, and that's always been a problem in any game. Like say in Bloodbourne and stuff, you have to give the enemy the opportunity moves for them to actually execute their opportunities, thus following up with another move that's really dumb. Like if you just give the AI free run, I wouldn't say AI, I would give the actually program for the boss themselves to have free run rather than you get a shot, then you get a shot. Yeah, that type of gameplay is it's quite boring and stupid and actually annoying. As much as people like For Honor, they don't like it as much as Street Fighter or other fighting games, or probably not. This is probably not one of the best sword fighting games there is, um, because the mechanics are so janky. But it does teach you how to do certain things. It's just like the delay time is just too stupid. It doesn't match towards at an attack when you actually do an attack. So an attack, whether it's a strike or whether it's a blocker, is considered you moving to do the attack and then executing the attack. So it's called an attack because it's a thing that's done on to another individual. Now, if you're about to go for an attack, but then you do a feint, then it's not an attack. It's a pretend to do an attack. An attack is only once the actual hit counts or once the hit is done, whether it's blocked or not. That's an attack. That a move is just the movement of the body from both the body itself to moving to do the attack, not the actual attack itself. It's only an attack or a strike when it's connected by either a block or a direct hit or by a counter. So once you actually do a move, it says move sets, a tactical move sets. They're just moves. They're not really okay. I've done the attack. You doing the attack is not the same as the move itself. You doing the attack is just the move set. Once the move is done, then you've done the attack. And that's the problem with these type of games. Once you execute a move, that should be the attack. There shouldn't be any preset before the attack is completed. The move set should be the attack itself. So once you press the button for the move is accomplished. It shouldn't be a delay time. Say, well, I'm moving for the attack, but the attack won't be done yet until the move is completed. So once you press the button to do the move, the attack should be completed then and there, not wait time for the strike to happen. And that's one of the things that this game doesn't pull off correctly. They're trying to be realistic, is you do a move and then the attack strike in reality. But that goes to say for any game. In like a Street Fighter game, once you press a move, the character goes for the strike and does the strike successfully. There's no delay time because you've pressed the move and you've already done the move, so the attack should go off whether the attack is blocked or not. Shouldn't be a wait period between doing the move, thus the strike attack itself. Once you do the strike and you successfully do the strike, the move should be executed off. There should be no cancellation or fail to attack. If you press the move and successfully done the move, there shouldn't be no wait period. You have to do this at this time. You have to do this. You have to follow a set slow pattern. And the thing is with this game, the program they have for this game, that it calculates everything at a very slow pace, not at a fast pace. So if you press the button fast, like you repeat your circle button multiple times, and then repeat your square button multiple times, and then your X button multiple times, the damn program cannot keep up with the amount of times you press the button, so it automatically consider it a fail. You really have to behave like you are a program itself. This has to be executed like this. And like I said before, that's not how human beings work. That's why I said For Honor is not as good as people will place it out to be, no matter how much they say. If it feels janky, if it takes you forever to do an attack, if you feel like you're getting upset because you've successfully done an attack 3 times, and the program simply doesn't comprehend what you're doing, it's because they didn't set up the program to comprehend human movements. They set up the program to comprehend your characters, your bot's character, your avatar, to comprehend your movements, which is completely fucking stupid, in my opinion. So, he doesn't have heart attacks, so I'm going to skip him. He's pretty much good. He's good. I'll probably, let's see, I'll try one of his medium attacks. Yeah, he's a simple, easy character, easy to learn. Mostly a shield guy.
Send the enemy a gift.
See, that's incredibly easy. And that's a medium attack. Here's another medium. A mix-up block. So he's very easy to learn. very easy to learn, very easy to use. Very easy to use character. Not too much, not too many things complicated about that character. If you want a simpler character to use, that's considered a medium-based character, not an easy character, because I believe he's considered a medium heavy character. But his moves are more simple. Even though he's considered a medium heavy, his moves are quite simple and easy to understand, easy to use. So yeah, he's a heavy. He's a well protected character, hard for him to kill. But his moves goes from easy to medium. So he's a good counter guy. He's a good protector. So if you want to use a character that could survive for long battles and execute moves off easy and be able to fight and proceed forward, pretty much to counter any abilities and do strikes and certain combinations, I would go for this guy. Griffin is a hybrid easy type. You can learn all his moves, support, and hybrid type pretty much means that he's a combination of both strong and weak at the same time, but not medium. Because if he was a combination of both strong and easy combined together, he would be a medium. So I guess where the hybrid falls in between medium and hard. So he's not a powerful, strong character, but he's not a medium character either. He's a little bit stronger than a medium strength character. So a medium strength character will probably die faster. So this is the year 3 character. So I'm now going to use Black Prior was a year 3 character, and this is also a year 3 character. Already did the year 4, so now I'm doing year 3. Did Black Prior, now I did this one, and we'll see year 3 pass characters. So let's see. Her moves will start off with her light moves, and proceed forward to her medium, and then to her difficult. I already know that she's going to be a difficult character to use because one, she's carrying a heavy weapon, which takes time for her to swing. Two, the heavy weapon doesn't have range. And three, her stance is more open. She doesn't have a shield. She doesn't wear heavy protective armor. Her own power is within the strike of the hammer. So I'm pretty much sure she's a striker. Yeah, she's definitely a striker. She's a bruiser type. So it's like, I don't need shields or I don't need heavy armor. And that's one of her faults. No range, no heavy armor. Takes long to do strikes. See, even her fast attacks seems to take time. She has to clock back her hands and then pull forward. So this light attack is more like a medium attack. I see what I mean by her light attacks. Like even though I'm pressing R1, one R1, second R1, the character still blocks the weapon. Oh, I'll do R2 now. That's successful. So this attack, very easy. But what doesn't make sense is her R1 ability. Saying he always blocks it. So let me go from here. Does it really matter from above? That's another bug. Character is not supposed to be blocking. It's like the second one is successful. Like this. That's successful. The first one should be easy. Just press the button twice. But it blocks it, so that's another bug. But my point is, even if you exclude the bugs and you don't include it, the fact of the matter is, it takes her long for her even to do a light attack. Her light attacks are more like mediums, so that might not be a good idea. And also her heavy attack, or like ultimate attacks. Like her heavy swing here is like her charge swing, equal to her charge swing. Almost about the same time as her charge swing. Let's see all the easy attacks. Maybe I can get something better from her. We'll see. Not bad. Faster than all the heavy attacks. Now I see her do this a lot when people are out of air. Especially when they're out of stamina. But I hardly doubt the AI is going to be that silly. Maybe if you're a player and you're just trying to get off attacks, that's the situation, but those attacks are fun. So that one is not that great. That one is not that great because you then have to wait for them to do an attack, and if you don't press the button in time, you won't execute the attack. But so far, her medium attacks are decent. I mean, her easy attacks are decent. Some are clunky. Yeah, that one's kind of dumb. Alright, so I'm not going to do the hard for this character. Well, maybe I should do the hard. But the issue with this character is that you have to be within close proximity range of this character. Otherwise, you're pretty much... She's a hard hitter, but you always have to be too close to this character. Whereas people like Highlander don't have to be close at all. So it's really, really annoying how close you have to be to the character. Look how long it takes her to do this attack. It's so ridiculous. I'm not even going to try, to be honest with you. I wouldn't select this character unless you have to. Unless you have to. Yes, she has a powerful technique. Um, Powerful, like, special attack move that you could do within your perk set, but her move set are so slow. Like, selecting this character is really a preferential choice. Like, why would you want to pick this character to begin with? Yes, you could close the distance using these attacks, but someone who plays her, or even people who don't know her, will already see it coming. So, not so great of a character, to be honest with you. Like, if you see this character in battle, you automatically know this character is going to probably try to close the gap. That's where you all keep your distance from this character. Do light attacks from a distance, or sweep to the side and keep you a good distance, so that this character have no choice but to close the gap by doing a charge move. But if they're not close enough to you, that charge move can miss, and then you go for a continuous attack on them. That was two year three characters. This is the fourth year three character. And the fifth one will be Zanu. So the obvious solution to that issue, like if you're to fight another player or another person or an AI, the AI would be expecting you to be doing R2, and then the AI would expect you to do an R2 and an R1, R2 and then R1, and then it will follow up with a counter. But if you do two R2s and then an R1, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do, because it automatically assumed that you're going to do an R1. And then you follow up with an R1 after doing two R2s. Won't be expecting that. So, I keep forgetting that this is a mix-up guy. His moveset are mixed up, so you can aim from whether side. It's basically, as long as you press the button, it doesn't matter what direction you're doing it from. But that's a little clunky, and to be honest with you, that doesn't actually work out to your advantage. Whole R2. R2 and then whole R2. Yeah, that's a huge window that's open. Heavy attacks are already windows that are open because the strike takes so long. But this is a huge window. His easy. See, this is what doesn't make sense to me. His easy move is consisted of just an R2 and a block. But if you press R2 and then block, so waiting bullshit, it gets on my nerves. See, I have to wait till he does the strike, not the button press. So I have to wait till the character does the strike and then follow up. Wait till the strike, not the move is done, but the strike is done. That's what I hate about this game. I have to wait till the strike is done, not the move itself. This shit is completely bugged, man. Because look at this one, allows the enemy to get a strike on you, but this one doesn't allow it. This games go back and forth. And then this one, this is considered to be an easy move, where you gotta press R1, and he's gonna block it anyway. So you press R1 from any angle, R1, then go up, then follow with R2. So R1, go up, follow with R2. Now, does this seem easy to you? It seems like it's an infinite looping kind of thing. You gotta go like this by pressing R1 and R2 all at the same time. It seems like what mix-up or mashup mix-up is just you doing your own shit. It's not easy at all. It's just you trying to do your own shit using R1 and R2 by moving things around. So this is not easy at all. This is just doing your own bullshit. It's not easy at all, because if you're trying to do exactly what the game is telling you to, that's not easy at all. So this game has no clue of even some of the old stuff that it's set out for. That's not easy at all. It's bullshit. See what his heart is. You know, I'm not even gonna fuck with this character. I already know that this character isn't the character you will want to use unless you master it. It's not a selected character. I'm not even gonna try it to see if his hard move. I already know that it's bugged out. Even on training, some of his so-called easy moves aren't easy moves, and it takes way too long to do a swing on an attack, which leaves him completely open. And his weapon doesn't have range either. I think he's on par with the Jumongar character. They are about equally the same. Alright, so this is the last year 3 character. Alright, so let's see the moveset for this character. Try out the easy maneuvers first. Basic easy maneuvers, then we'll try the blocking. Basics. As simple. And here's another issue. The issue that there's something going on with this company. that um, no matter what anyone says, this game is not as great as you think it is. I mean, the characters, the fighting, that's great. But how things are set up is not great. For instance, even in the training menu, there are bugs for certain things in the training menu. And for this character, they didn't even put the whether this is medium, easy. or hard. You just put all her moveset in there. Practice, advanced, basic, absolute, advanced. So you could basically say advanced is hard, and you could basically say basic is easy, and absolute and unblocked finishers are medium. But how would you know? How would you know unblocked finishers are medium or absolute? Aptitude, recovery, cancel is actually medium. Or these could all be hard. So I didn't even decide to put that in. I decided, like, screw it. This it means what it means. Alright, so that's that's that character. Now compared to the Jamungard and compared to Hitokiri, I would say Zeno is better. I would say his movements, his attack techniques is better, even though he has advanced and even though he has medium and even though he has basic. I believe his moves are far more superior to that of Hitakiri's and Jamungard, simply because one, he has the range, two, his timing for his execution of his abilities are far more faster. Um, Three, it seems to be less glitches when it comes to the combination types. Um, Movement speed is much more fluid than these other two characters. They're more clunky. Even though he probably hits less than they do when it comes to impact attack. I believe his slash attack is more dangerous than them. But these are hard hitters, very hard hitters. Disable attacks, disable an enemy attacks and follow up. But if you keep a distance from this character's should be fine. This is a hard hitter. Obviously, the character is using an axe as a weapon, but once again, range isn't his thing. So as long as you could hit him with a decent range attack and get him for a combo counter, if you counter his attack, then you're pretty much fine. I mean, he's a counter attacker. Obviously, I know he's a counter attacker and dodge attacker, so he's good at dodging attacks and countering attacks. Plus, he got range. So I say this is a far more superior character to Hitakiri's character and Jamungar's character. Before, I didn't think so, but after practice, I basically see that the Zanu is far more easier and simpler to use as a hybrid type than, say, um, Hitakiri, which is a heavy medium type, which means his attacks takes much longer than Zanu, which is hybrid. Attacks doesn't take much longer, including Jamungar, which is a heavy medium, which attacks also takes much longer. So it's a well balanced. Hybrids are like a well balance between medium and hard. So if you wanted to pick a character that's a hard hitter but doesn't hit extremely hard, I would go with Zenu. But if you're going to kill anything as quick as possible with the hardest hitters, then you have to understand that these hard hitters move slow and are clunky and don't have that much range. Except if you're talking about someone like Raider, who's not really a hard hitter. He's more like an adaptable type that has range. He's one of the few within the um, Vikings faction that has range. And yeah, the Shaman doesn't have that much range, and Valkyrie doesn't have that much range. So the only true character within this game that has a decent amount of range on the Viking side, I would say it was the Raider. Like decent range that you consider that's good enough to select as a character. So those were the year three characters from the year three pass. Those are also the year four characters from the year four battle pass. Um, Griffin and Warmonger. So as year three characters go, I would pick Black Prior as your primary. If you were to pick a character from year three, I would go with Black Prior. He's the easiest to learn how to use. He does counter attacks and he has a shield to protect himself. And for the year four, if you were to pick a character from year four, between Warmonger and Griffin, I would always go with Griffin before I would go with Warmonger. This is simply the default thing to do. Makes much more sense. It's not that complicated, and he hits almost as hard as she does. So what's the point? Um, and let's see. For the additional year four characters in a different faction, I wouldn't go for Jamongar, and I definitely wouldn't go for Hitakiri. But within year three pass, if you really don't want to pick Black Prior, really want to pick an Asian factor from the year three pass, I would go with Zenu. I mean, if you were to pick the whole year 3 pass and buy the whole pass, you would get them anyway. But if you were to pick a faction type that that you find interesting from year 3, the knights and the samurais are always a good faction. Um, but the characters they have from the year 3 aren't that great except for certain specific ones. So I would go with Black Friar for knights for the year 3. And I would go with Highlander for year 3. I would go with Aramusha for year 3 from Samurai's faction. And Zanu from year 3 for the Dynasty faction. But that's how it would be. Now for the year 4, I would go with Griffin, not Warmonger. And since there were only 2 characters released on the year 4 Battle Pass so far, one was Warmonger, the other was Griffin. For Battle Pass, I would go with Griffin. Year 5, this is the character I'm going to be using now. So now getting into year 5. Oh, wait a minute. I completely forgot. I already did this guy. I already practiced him in a prior video. So that's it for this. Yeah, I only wanted to check out the year 3 and year 4 characters. And the year 5 character was already was um was already experimented on from the prior video. So now I'm just gonna do random missions. Don't have to worry about testing out which is the best. So oh, before I just go into my own thing and stop talking, I'll just complete the video since last video was corrupted. So from 2 years ago, since year 1 and year 2 of the game, I missed out. But if you were to start from a certain point within the game that started to get good within For Honor, I would go with the year 3 because the year 3 had characters like the Gladiator, the Centurion, Black Prior, and the year 4 had characters like Warmonger and Griffin. And the same for every faction. The year 3 had the Shaman and the Highlander. In the year 3 had the Shaman, the Highlander, and Jamungard, as well as the Samurai had the Aramusha, the Shinobu, and Ihitakiri for year 3. In year 3, all these, the Dynasty faction, every single member here, part of year 3. There's no year 4 Battle Pass for the Dynasty or year 5. As for year 5 Battle Pass, the only year 5 Battle Pass released so far for this season has been the Kyoshin. And yeah, that's the only one so far. So if you were to pick starting from the best years to play this game, the best years are for this game were the beginning year of the game when you had the original characters, but you could earn all those in games. You don't need to purchase anything. And the third year, when they started to release DLC characters that were actually good and interesting. So I would go with the Gladiator as a DLC character because he's an assassin and he's easy to use and he has a lot of stamina. Has a lot of mix-up capabilities. And I will go with Black Prior. Not so much Centurion, unless you know how to use him real good. But he's a melee specialist, but he's hard to use. So I will go with Gladiator, and then I will go with the Black Prior. Then again, a lot of people don't like the Gladiator, so as the year 3, that's why I say go with the Black Prior. He's simple, easily used, he's a good protector and everything. Same as the year 3 for the Viking faction. Because I usually start from the year 3. I wouldn't go for anything from the year 1 or 2. You earn that in game and it costs less steel anyway. I think prices started to get high once you hit the year 3, so you would do Highlander if you're going to go with a year 3 character you're going to purchase. And you would go Shaman. Those are only 2 characters from the year 3 you would pick. You wouldn't go with Jormungand. Jormungand was only unlocked for me because I picked the year 3 pass, which they didn't offer the Highlander or the Shaman inside that pass. But I would go with the Highlander and I would go with the Shaman before I would go with Jormungand if you're going to use year 3 and pick characters individually. Just like I would go for Black Prior before I would go to any of the other additional year 3 characters like Centurion or the Gladiator. And for Samurais for the year 3, as an obvious, I would go for the Aramusha prior before you even go for a Shinobi or a Hitakiri. Why? Because he's a fast attack person. He's good at counter-attacking and he's good at feinting and pretending like he's about to do an attack, but he goes for a different attack. So he's like a good assassin type. But he's not really well, he's kind of like an assassin, but he's a hybrid assassin. You know, you would take this guy for like stealth kills if you need to do stealth missions. That's what hybrids are pretty much like. Those you use to do specialty type missions on, and you use specialists. That's what hybrids are. Hybrids are kind of like specialists at combat. They're not regular soldiers. They're not tanky soldiers. They're not hardcore brawlers. They're like specialists, attackers. They're both strong and they have specific moves that makes them special from other characters. So I would go with the Aramusho before I go with the Shinobi or the Hitakiri, which were part of the year 3 for the Samurai. And for the year 3 for the Dynasty, I would go with Nua or Zua first before any other character because she's pretty damn good. Mix up, she isolates a character so they can't move so, and then continue with a combination follow up. And then I would go with Xanu as a second. I had said Shaolin before in the past, but now I think about it. After I played Xanu, I know the Shaolin is hard to use. I've seen people use the Shaolin before in videos. You really have to understand how to use his abilities because he's a hybrid type, a specialist in combat. When you just don't bring in to just fight random enemies. You fight specific type enemies. So in this case, I would go with Seno, and I would go with Zua or Nua. Um, yeah, her first, him second. So these are 2 characters you pick from the Dynasty faction for year 3. This character is the character you pick from the Dynasty faction for the year 3 character for Samurai. This character, if you want to purchase separately, also for the year 3, um, release of this game, for the Vikings, I would pick her first, the Shaman, and then the Highlander second. And for the year 3 release for this game, I would pick for the character, I would pick the Black Prior, and then I'll follow up with the Gladiator in second. That's if you want to pick more than one character. If it's just one simple character per each faction for the year 3, because the year 2 wasn't that great, but for the year 3, I would go with Black Prior for if you want to pick an individual person for a faction. Black Prior, just one character you want to select per faction. Black Prior, and I would select Shaman. I would select Aramusha. And I would select Nilla. So those are the characters that you would want to pick, and it's a good and it's telling of the type of company that Ubisoft is, because instead of giving you Nua and Aramusha and Highlander or Shaman within that year 3 pass, or Centurion or Gladiator, they gave you the weaker characters of that year 3 in their year 3 pass, and allow you to actually spend time within the game trying to unlock the good characters that you want. So that's also telling of who they are as well. But if you really want to go for the year 3 pass, and then after you purchase all the entire year 3 pass, the character I would go with to try to learn how to use out of all of them will be Black Prior first. But that's if you buy the pass. If you don't buy the pass, you want to purchase character individually per the year. Once you get to the year 3, from year 1, year 2, year 3 of the game, I would go Black Prior first for this faction, Shaman for this faction, Aramusha for this faction, and Noah for this faction. That's how we go for year 3. For year 4, Battle Pass, Griffin, obvious choice, not Warmonger, just Griffin. And for year 5, which is the only character that they released for this year 2021 season's Battle Pass, um, Kyoshin. So you really don't have a choice when it comes to year 5 Battle Pass, because this is the only character they've released so far for the year 5. Maybe I might be missing something, or maybe the Battle Pass for year 5 also included Griffin within the year 5, and the Warmonger was from year 4. But between Griffin and Koshin, I will always go with Griffin first. If I'm mistaken, Griffin was released within the year 5 Battle Pass as well. So Griffin is the default anyway. So that's how it is. So that's all I need to say with regards to this game, and I can move forward from there on.
Actually, I'll probably cancel out this video. I gotta head out soon, so I just wanted to make sure I had this uploaded correctly and the characters of which I stated from the past were stated before. I'll probably do some other time, but I needed to make sure each faction was accounted for, as well as the years and the characters that are selected to actually work and how their new abilities have worked since 2 years ago.